Brian Vladek Hasel is missing. He was last seen near the place at Alafaya apartment complex near East Orlando, Florida on November the 12th, 2021. He lived with his father near the University of Central Florida campus, but had not been in touch with family with one exception since November 5th, 2021. His father went out of town on a visit to Tennessee and returned to find the apartment empty, except that Vladek had left his cell phone behind. The cell phone had unread texts from November 6th forward. He did not have access to a car at that time. His last known purchase was a coffee at Foxtail Coffee Shop on University Boulevard. He was trespassed there because a day or so earlier, he had pulled out a knife and put it on the table, making another customer uncomfortable. On the morning of the 6th, he was in the coffee shop again. The customer told the manager what happened, and the manager felt they had little choice but to trespass him. The manager said there were no problems. Vladek was calm during the trespassing. This was a coffee shop where he was well known. He spent hours there over 2021. Apparently having long conversations with strangers was a thing that Vladek did and would not have been unusual. The family is asking that anyone who was at the Foxtail Coffee Shop that day contact them with anything they remember about what went down that day to help them understand what was happening for Vladek. Neither his phone nor his credit card have been used since. He was last seen heading up University, westward toward the Wawas, wearing a black hoodie, red slides, and khaki shorts. The body cam recording of Vladek on the 6th also showed that he did not have his phone with him. It further shows that he was wearing a gray t-shirt under the black hoodie and carrying a takeout cup of coffee. He spoke to his sister Irina during the early morning hours of the 6th, but nothing seemed out of the ordinary in their conversation. He often visited businesses in the UCF Waterford University Boulevard area. Before his disappearance, he apparently told family he wanted to go off to live in the woods, off of the land, off of the grid. He might have been able to accomplish that for some time, as he had graduated from basic training as a Marine, where he was honorably discharged as a result of failure to adapt. He had survival training from that time. He might have gone into the woods along a trail, gone camping. Hikers, campers, and other trail users should keep an eye out for signs of the young man or where he went. Family members say he was acting strangely before his disappearance, becoming very religious, giving away his possessions, and asking some concerning questions. He came to the United States from Russia with his biological sister, Irina, when he was adopted into a large family of 7 other siblings. He preferred his Russian birth name, Vlad or Vladek, to his adopted name of Brian. When he left the Marines, he moved around a bit before settling in with his father in East Orlando. He was a helpful kind of man. He worked as an environmental services technician during the initial onset of the pandemic in 2020 at St. John Providence Hospital, Southfield in Michigan. There, it is said that he always volunteered to clean the worst of the worst rooms and provided moral support to the nurses. He was friendly and liked talking to random strangers even then. Private investigator Steve Fisher said that one lead he was able to obtain came from a credit card that Vladek let some people use a few months before his disappearance. Apparently, they abused the privilege, and the private investigator says that these folks have, quote, very dangerous backgrounds, end quote. The person they are interested in is a 27-year-old woman with a long history of arrests and potential links to 2 homicides in Orlando. During an initial search for Vladek, Orange County sheriffs may have found a shoe, one of the red slides, that belonged to Vladek at a swampy area near the apartment complex and the Foxtail Coffee Company. A neighbor reported seeing him about a week after the incident at Foxtail Coffee on November 12, 2021, near the basketball court at his apartment complex. He was known to spend time in the woods behind that basketball court, smoking and singing. Police say they have searched the area, including using helicopters and drones. He may well have been fighting his own traumas when he disappeared, but there have been no productive leads and no sightings of Vladek since November the 6th, 2021. His father told WESH News that Vlad might have been feeling confused about where his life was leading because he had not been able to secure a job and had been depressed before his disappearance. Did someone take advantage of Vladek's kindness, his willingness to talk to even random strangers? Did he have some form of psychotic break that led him to disappearing? Did he lose the fight with his personal demons? This missing persons case has a lot of open questions. Someone out there has seen him, knows something that can move this missing persons case just a little forward. It may feel like the information you have is nothing, but it could be the one piece that is missing to connect this family, including sisters Jody and Bethany, who have been on task trying to find their brother, with the truth of what happened to Vladek and where he might be. Vlad's apartment was flooded with 3 to 6 feet of water during Hurricane Ian, and the family was only able to preserve his Bible and a passport that he had as a child. The loss was a difficult reminder for them of Vladek's absence. Hopefully someone somewhere out there will reach out with the key that will bring closure to this missing persons case. Vladek would now be about 25 years old. He has sandy blonde hair, blue eyes. He is 5'6", and when he was last seen, he was about 220 pounds. To give information, you can message Find Vladek Hasel on Instagram or call the Orange County Sheriff's Office at 407-863-4357. The case number is 210-83864. Thank you for listening.